Alright, here we go. I don't know how. Oop, there's fish. There we go, got them on. Wow, that didn't take long. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about some of my favorite ice fishing lures for rainbow trout. Rainbow trout are probably one of the most widely stocked trout and fish in the western United States, and thus are one of the better opportunities for ice fishing. There's just a lot of places you can catch them through the ice. So I'm going to go over some of my favorite trout fishing lures I use through the ice. I got this fish on a jig today, and that's one of the families of lures I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about jigs, flies. I'm also going to talk about what I call minnow mimics and spoons. Let me get that fish back. There we go. That was just a pink little jig, and I'm going to go over more of those today. Got him. Got him. Good one. Get this out of the way. So the first family of lures I want to talk about are spoons. I really like spoons. They work great for trout, and they work great in open water and in hard water, which is why I like them so much. My two favorite spoons I like to use for rainbow trout include Kastmasters and Swedish Pimples, and the reason I like those two more than any other is because they're widely available. Look at that. Beautiful rainbow right there. Gorgeous. They're widely available, so you don't have to have a specialized tackle shop in ice fishing to find them. And you can use them in open water too, so that's what makes them so great. This is a Kastmaster here. Just a little gold Kastmaster caught that gorgeous rainbow. Alright. Alright, let's get this guy back in the water. Beautiful. There he goes. Oh, there's fish. Looking at it. Got him. Got him, got him. That's on a Swedish Pimple there. It's one of my favorite spoons. Ooh, that's a big one. It's a really nice rainbow. Taking some line there. Woohoo! Wow. Strong fish. Whew. It just feels like a bricks down there. Wow. Killer. They love them Swedish Pimples, even the big fish. Now I'm fighting him in the leader. Holy smokes, look at the size of that rainbow. Oh my god. That is awesome. Back down the hole. There he goes. Woo! Yes, that's what I tell you, man. Small lures, just a plain little Swedish Pimple, just caught a massive rainbow. Don't need anything fancy. Oh my gosh. That right there, folks, is a rainbow trout. Look at that thing. Got that tungsten jig right in his nose. Beautiful. Alright, so there's a big rainbow I got on just flies over on the fish trap. Amazing. Sometimes the tiniest lure gets you the biggest fish. Let's get this guy back in his hole. There he goes. Cool. Got him. Got him on the jig. Whew. It's fast. Let's get it out here. That's the nice thing about jigs. You can run them on, you can jig them actively, or you can run them on a dead stick rod, and they're just absolutely effective. They're great, small presentation. I absolutely love jigging. Now there's lead jigs, tungsten jigs, and tin jigs depending on restrictions on what lake you're in. Some have lead restrictions because of the presence of loons. I'm going to go ahead and get this guy back in the water. But I really like tungsten jigs because of their higher density, so higher weight for smaller size, so you can get down and fish at the depth that you want to faster. I also think you get a more responsive action in the jig when you're moving the rod tip up and down. It's also non-toxic, so that's what's really nice about tungsten. There's no specific brands that I really like, but I just tend to favor gold chartreuse colors. I haven't really noticed the difference between some of the cheaper generic brands and some of the high-end brands in terms of quality. Even some of my higher quality tungsten jigs, the paint has come off faster than on the cheaper ones, so you never really know. Another jig that I really like is called a Trout magnet. It's a tin jig that has a dart head, so it gets a really nice action. They're widely available. A lot of guys use them for panfish, crappie, and stuff like that. I see them at all the Walmarts. They're a great through the ice jig for rainbow trout, and they work really good as a dead stick. Just because that little plastic part on them, it looks like, in fact I have that part here. I'll do a close-up. It really looks like a chironomid midge, so they really like those. They come in a really micro version, which is like 1/200th ounce, and then I think the normal size is like 1/64th ounce, but don't quote me on that. So yeah, jigs are really effective. So now we're going to switch from jigs to a different lure. That'll be the final one. So I've already covered spoons and flies. I just did jigs. Now I'm going to talk about what I call Minnow Mimics. Alright, got one on that Minnow Mimic there. Pull this guy up through here. It's a really nice rainbow. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Oh, come here, buddy. Ooh, water's cold. And there you go. You can just see that little jigging shad wrap. Hammered that thing. Beautiful little rainbow. Look at the color on that. They really love those little Minnow Mimics, and they hit them really hard. Alright, let's get this little guy back in the water. Gorgeous. Lots of water on top of the snow right now. Here he goes. Nice. Let's cover my top 5 here. I really love these little jigging shad wraps from Rapala. They come in a bunch of different colors. Sometimes I actually trim off the end hooks there just to give a smaller profile lure, but I really like these. Kastmasters, I don't generally go much bigger than a 1/4 ounce, but I like the 1/12 and 1/16 ounce. Kastmasters are available pretty much anywhere. You don't even have to have a specialty ice fishing store to get your hands on some of these. Likewise, Swedish Pimples, very similar to Kastmasters in a lot of ways, except for they have this little flutter blade on the bottom, which they are very deadly, and sometimes that can make a difference. Other lures include tungsten jigs. Again, no specific brands, I just really like these. These are from Acme, and these are Minnow Mimics jigs, so I really like those from HT. And then these tungsten scuds. Today I've just been slaying the rainbows on these things. I tend to fish them on dead sticks, tipped with maggots or without. They are very effective and they're very heavy. They can be jigged, but they do seem to do better on a stationary rod. And then as a runner-up, I've thrown in trout magnets. They come in two different sizes. They have this dart head, which tends to give it a little more action when you're jigging it, but they're also really great on a dead stick. So there you go, my top 5. I'll have links to these products in the description below. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask me and I'll get back to you. Good luck out on the ice chasing rainbows.